pole will belong to a combination of Joey Allegro from Vernon, Connecticut, and John Lewinsky Lowe, as we are ready to get the party started.
Green flags are in the air and we're underway. Allegro from the outside gets the jump at the green flag and leans them down into turn one.
And taking over second, Danny Cates. And he is on the attack. Tallman in third in car number 3. Here's Cates. Strong, bold, aggressive move to the inside. Let's see if he can make it work. Allegro is able to hold him off for now.
Yeah, just like you said, for now, as Cates will try it again down into turn one, tries to pull alongside, and this time Tallman takes advantage of the top part of the racetrack being open and goes around Cates on the outside to take over second.
And Rocco already fighting for the top 3, getting by Cates. Keith Rocco is on the warpath.
He is closing in on the leaders. They run 1, 2, 3 nose to tail off the second turn and down the backstretch. Rocco sizes them up, but he is content to just follow them through, and they stay in a straight line. Look at the move by Mike Christopher Jr. Christopher comes from the bottom of the racetrack to the top right in front of Danny Cates to pick up a spot.
Kluchaki had his difficulties finding the exit ramp in turn number 4, so he is back in the middle of the pack. Rocco lurking on the outside in third, attacking Allegro, and it is Rocco. He is able to M16 his way into second, and he is trying to tomahawk his way around Troy Tallman in the Tommy Tag tribute car.
Mike Christopher has cleared Allegro, and he is now up to the third spot. Allegro back to fourth, and here's Danny Cates taking a run at him.
Rocco making a move underneath. Does he have the lead at the line? Yes.
Yeah, Rocco with that patented move to just drive down underneath in turn 3 and takes the spot away, goes to the pin, and the caution flag comes out for trouble up in the first and second turn. We've got a couple of cars involved in there, one of them up against the wall with the wheel.
Agony, so he has a new hip, a new outlook, trying to jump Troy Tallman on this restart, which is about to unfold. Mike Christopher and Danny Cates in row number 2. It is Tallman who gets the jump, but look at Rocco go as he is able to blur his way back into the lead, beating Tallman into the second corner as they knock each other around. The loser of that battle was Lewinsky Lowe.
Yeah, because Tallman went in.
After 5 laps, Rocco is the first to go. Tallman is right there with him. It is a scramble to turn number 1. Tallman on the inside, breathing fire like a clown popping out of a jack-in-the-box. He is in the lead by a half a car length. Mike Christopher surrounding him, and so is Danny Cates.
Yeah, going through the turns is going to be key because Tallman needs to use as much of the racetrack as he can to hold off Rocco, and he does, but Rocco hooks right onto the back bumper down the straightaway.
As Rocco on the back bumper like a tattoo, surgically attached to Tallman, looking to step out perhaps in turn number 3. He does, trying for the lead.
Yeah, and Keith Rocco says, I'm the one that does the passing, and he tries it again, and Tallman tries to come right back.
Tallman did a good job between turns 3 and 4 going up high to get a good angle to attack Rocco, but Rocco was ready for it. Now Mike Christopher, he is playing the back bumper of Danny Cates like a xylophone, looking to get underneath Cates. Rocco is our leader on lap 8.
Yeah, and he started to pull away. He's opened up by a couple of car lengths that time. Rocco has set sail. The battle's for second. Here's Cates down underneath Troy Tallman. And while the doors open, Mike Christopher will go in with the 82 and try to take a spot away from Tallman. And they are banging and bumping off of each other, and that turns them around. Big crash out of turn 4.
Lewinsky Lowe gets a piece of Tallman. As Tallman spun around, he gets the money.
Okay.
Now trying to get the lead is Rocco. Let's see if he can do it, as he is able to blister his way off the line. And Cates giving him everything he can handle. 2 good friends going after the top spot, and Rocco will beat him to the corner.
Yeah, Rocco will lead him down the backstretch. Christopher in the third spot. Here's Cates with a run under Rocco, and he does the Rocco move, if you will, but Keith comes right back out of turn 4 and says, thank you, but no thank you. I'll take that lead back.
So Rocco is driving one of his cars, Gluchaki driving the other, and in between them are Danny Cates and Mike Christopher as they swirl off the corner. Cates trying to be a nuisance to Rocco as he's banging that back bumper. So Danny Cates is not going down quietly.
No, he's hanging right in there, and Christopher's with Cates. In fact, gets up on his back bumper, takes a peek down on the inside, but decides to follow him through the third and fourth turn.
Mike Christopher Jr. has not missed an SK modified race in Connecticut this year. So he is trying to get second away from Cates. Gluchaki is next, and we have a pretty good battle a little deeper in the field. And Joey Allegro, he is able to screech his way around John Lewinsky low. So Allegro, who had the top spot very early in this race, is trying to make a comeback.
Rocco in full control at this point. Not unusual in these Sunoco modifieds, but the battle is for second. Here is Mike Christopher taking a run down underneath Danny Cates. Can he make it stick? Pulls up in front of him and has the spot.
Boy, he made it stick like he had sticky notes for tires. As he moves into second, Cates drops to third. The best battle on the track might be for fifth and sixth, because having their own personal battle, Joey Allegro and John Lewinsky low goes low underneath Allegro. So those two guys are putting on a battle for the number 5 spot.
Yeah, they've been tugging at it for quite a few laps right now. Lewinsky low hanging tough on the low side. They'll come to the cross flags this time and be halfway through the Sunoco modified feature.
And here's Lewinsky low, is able to rocket past the 08 of Allegro. So right now the brightest blip on the radar screen belongs to Keith Rocco, trying to pull away from Mike Christopher. Those two guys have had a history this year, so it could get very interesting down the home stretch. Rocco and Christopher, I don't know if they'll be sending each other any Christmas cards this year.
Well, let's see if they exchange greetings out here. Rocco's in full command by about 3.5 car lengths on the backstretch. Christopher tries to reel him in through the turn. We'll have to wait and see. The laps continue to click off. 17 complete.
And a distant third right now is Danny Cates. Christopher remains in striking distance in car number 82, so he still has a long way to go. So Mike Christopher might be playing the waiting game, lurking behind Keith Rocco.
Because he knows he's going to need all of his equipment if he's going to try to mount a charge. And you're right, he may be staying close enough to strike, but waiting to make his move. Again, it's the 30-lap feature. We still have about 11 laps to go.
And Cates, who doesn't race very much anymore, is running a strong third. He has been relegated just to the 6 races at Thompson, but he has a pretty good gap between he and Gluchaki. Then we have Lewinsky low, followed by Allegro, and then Chase Cook. As they come off the corner, the script remains the same. Rocco, followed by Christopher, and what's separating them? About the length of a knitting needle.
Now less than 10 laps to go. And Rocco knows he's there. Christopher has got to decide whether he wants to make a move and when that will be. If he does it too early, he'll heat the tires up a little too much in an attempt to hang on. So the distance between first and second remains about the same. Christopher's able to close it up now through the third and fourth turn, and he's right there on the back bumper across the stripe.
And Mike Christopher all over Keith Rocco like bandages on a mummy. So that is a situation that hasn't changed for about 6 laps. Cates all by his lonesome in solitary confinement in third place. Then we have Gluchaki. He has to be happy the way he's performed in his first ever race. Here comes Mike Christopher making a bold move. He took his shot and he fired a blank.
Yeah, he tested him at that point, and unfortunately ends up losing a car length, but he's still got plenty of time. 6 laps to go this time by. Christopher hangs tough.
Yeah, he makes that car length up, and he is right there in striking distance. in handshaking distance. Christopher, turn 3. Will this be the moment? Rocco has the veto power.
Yeah, Rocco able to protect the bottom going into 3. Again, you talked earlier about the phrase KG veteran, and that's what we got out front right now. Rocco knows defense as well as he knows offense.
So now a slower car coming into turn number 3. The car stays well on the bottom, so no issues there. And it is a barn burner at the front of the field. Rocco leading, and embroidered to the back of his fire suit is Mike Christopher Jr.
Christopher with a run. He'll take a look down on the bottom this time into turn 3. They just barely touch in the middle of the turn, and not enough for Christopher.
Well, he tried it and got halfway there, but it wasn't enough. We'll see if he can make one more shot at Keith Rocco. Sometimes the best time to do it, Pete, is the last lap, because if you make your move, you don't have to worry about retaliation.
Well, he's got to make up for what he lost when he did try the move. He sees 2 to go this time as he flashes by the flag stand. Just 2 to go for Rocco and Christopher. This time Christopher remains about 3 car lengths back, and he's running out of time as the white flag will go in the air this time by.
Rocco will take a 3/10 of a second lead over Christopher into the final lap. Let's see what Rocco does. Jackrabbits into turn number 1. Christopher trying to make up the deficit as they fireball their way into the 3rd corner.
Here they come through the 3rd and 4th turn. Christopher's got one more shot, not close enough to really take a run at him. Checkered flags are in the air, and Rocco will win again. Christopher will finish in the 2nd spot. Cates for 3rd. Gluchaki will be 4th. Then it's the 76 of
it'll be
Christian
the 33.
Teresi. The 33. The 76 was a lap down. So the 33 of Lewinsky Lowe will finish in the 4th spot, the 5th spot.